Cody Rhodes declares for the Royal Rumble. Is Brody King next for MJF? And there's a powerhouse headed to the WWE. This is Squared Circle Spotlight. Now hit our new music.
Yeah.
Square Circle Spotlight! Square Circle Spotlight! Hot text, late sale, Mike, on the big slot. Stay out, system, TV, insight, not fun, this is Spotlight! Joe, on the mic, keep the convo intact, breaking matches down to the psychological facts. Ring IQ, heavy analyze. Let me come, Jeremy, jump topics, laughs derail. 1 minute, Cena, next one, wild tail. Wild card, energy, crowd feel. Wait, what? Charlie got history locked in his brain. Dates, towns, brains, deep cut game. Encyclopedia live. Actually, Kathy bring clarity. Sharp and composed, cuts through nonsense. Yeah, everyone knows. Last word, hitter. Yeah. Kathy bring clarity, sharp and composed, cuts through nonsense. Everyone knows. Last word, hitter. Exactly.
Thanks for joining us. As I said a couple weeks ago, it's a new year. We're going to do some things differently this year. It seems like the viewers, the listeners, kind of like when we talk current stuff. Maybe not when we talk about, Kerwin White and Papa Shango. I think the age group might be a little younger. So we'll still get to that stuff at some point. Don't worry, for those that like that. But we're going to focus. We're going to change the format a little bit. We're going to do the weekly news in wrestling. We're going to cover that stuff, but only the way we can. So we're still going to have that Squared Circle Spotlight flavoring to it. So new change, new format. We're going to cover wrestling as a whole, WWE, AEW, if any other random promotions pop up, like the Iowa County Fair again, that we'll cover. So yeah, we're gonna cover the news.
Or the McMahon Wrestling Foundation.
That too. Rump ratings are still a part of the show. Don't worry, for those of you that like that. We'll still be rating rumps, Jeremy. So thank you guys for checking
I am your
us out.
rump rating extraordinaire. Thank you very much.
We'll see. Looking through the
Somebody
topics.
on one of our social feeds, I don't know what it was, but they did one of those like song things, and they put Jeremy, because we constantly see they put the Rump Raider Midgie Annihilator, and I busted out laughing when I heard that. So whoever you are, fan out there in the internet, congratulations, you made me.
You win. You win the internet.
They
Yes.
clearly watched the show to get those
Yeah.
details.
A lyrical savant right there.
Yes. Jeremy's mind was blown.
Yes, we'll still have plenty of that
Rumps
stuff.
and
Don't
midgets,
worry.
my mind is consumed at that point.
Little people.
Here we go. We're off to
Doesn't feel
we're
right.
off to a great
New
start.
Year, same
New Year,
shenanigans.
same bleeping.
Nothing's changed. But thank you for tuning in. If you like this stuff, make sure you follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. We're on all those. Make sure you follow us on YouTube as well. So still on all those things. Still getting a lot of people commenting on, especially on TikTok. So thank you to our TikTok followers as well. And thank you for tuning in the last couple weeks. Breaking kayfabe a little bit. I was gone for the last couple weeks, so last week's was pre-recorded. So we did not get to cover some of the bigger news, like Drew winning the title and Punk and Braun and that stuff. So that might pop up in tonight's episode. We may talk a little bit about that. So if we're a little late to the game, that's why. So I broke kayfabe there a little bit.
We didn't want you guys to miss us too much, so we had to make sure we were covered.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
But let's jump into it. So let's start it off with SmackDown this week. Had some big news coming out of SmackDown, and I will say, we've talked about it a little bit. SmackDown's kind of been lagging for the past couple months. Hasn't been great, in my opinion. I thought this was a great SmackDown, but we'll get into that. Let's start it off with Cody Rhodes. So the Codester declared himself for the Royal Rumble. I'm going to start here.
All right. Mirror, mirror.
No.
On the wall. Does Cody Rhodes win the Rumble? Third time of them all. The equal Stone Cold? No. He can't. He's not Stone Cold Steve Austin. Do not do it. It will be a travesty to the wrestling industry. Do not do it. Cody should not win 3 Rumbles. Find a way to screw him. Make Jacob Fatu, I don't know, do the Sid Vicious Hulk Hogan 92 elimination. I don't care. He cannot win the Rumble 3 times, tying Stone Cold Steve Austin. He's not in his level. Bleh.
Kathy, what are you thinking?
The sad part is I think they are treating him like he is that level, but I agree. I don't think he's going to get the Rumble. I think he's going to be the final 2. If anything, they'll give him into the final couple people, but I don't think he's going to win the whole thing because he's the chase. We got to get him back in the chase to something. And because this is only a 2-week chase, this isn't going to get him anywhere. He's got to go back to pissing somebody off and chasing somebody. So I think they'll give him his moment where it builds a rivalry.
And they've made it clear that Stone Cold is the only guy to win the Rumble 3 times. Right?
Yeah.
So if Cody does this, they're putting him in the same rarefied air as Stone Cold.
Yeah.
That's bonkers.
Well, he called that out. He called that out on Smack. Well, kind of. He was
there's
one
still
of
too
3
much
people
tape
to
left.
win back-to-back Royal Rumbles, Stone Cold being one of them. Who was the other one? I can't remember now. Stone Cold.
HBK.
It was HBK?
I think so.
Oh, there you go. We'll say that. He lost it too. But he was one of 3.
I mean, he
to win
truly did not
back-to-back.
hesitate
Will
at
he
all,
be
so I do
the next
kinda
one
trust
to
him.
Win the 3rd Royal Rumble is the question. I certainly hope not. Jeremy, we didn't hear from
Yeah.
you. What are you thinking?
I don't think it's happening at all. I think that
thinking
something
heel
is
turn
going
already.
to
You
occur
going
that's
heel
going to
turn?
cause the giant heel turn. I'm thinking the real stepping stone to lead to the heel turn, like something influential will happen in the Rumble with him that's going to cause the
So here's the other piece
tables
we
to
didn't
turn
talk
a little
about
bit
yet.
on
That
the
happened
character he's
kinda
going to portray.
last week. Drew McIntyre won the title from Cody, obviously, as Cody's entering the Royal Rumble. And I want to shout out Drew for kicking off SmackDown this week. Kind of, yeah, poo-pooing on Cody a little bit and saying his run was boring.
Oh, it was awesome.
I think there might be a wrestling podcast that kind of said that already. I don't know, maybe multiple times. But shout out to Drew for that. But the question, I guess, now is like, Drew's the champion. We're looking to WrestleMania already. Where does that go? How is Drew? Will Drew hold the title to WrestleMania? Will Cody get it back before then? Jeremy's got his hand raised. Go ahead, Jeremy.
And I'm not sure if it's just me, but when Drew came out to Smack, there was an actual aura of a champion, not this mishmash Cody Rhodes. I finally got the title. Like he carried himself
kind of
down to that
agree.
ring, just
It's
looking like a
different
champion.
Vibe. It feels like Cody does the suit and tie champion kind of thing. Drew McIntyre feels a little more like
Yes.
a wrestler or a wrestler's champion or one of the boys that's the champion. I'll give you that. But
And that's what he had his, he came out with his
Yes.
speech and it sounded all sincere. And then he was like, no, I'm the one that believed in myself. You guys, this wasn't because of you. This wasn't because of anybody. So we went right back into the heel turn. And I got to start paying more attention again to like what the upcoming tour is going to be. Because let's be honest, I think the only reason they finally put it on him is because of the fact that they're in the UK. They're in his home area, and they're always big on giving the home guy his big moment, which is what I believe is he's not going to have this for long. I think they're giving him his moment to try to pop the area, which I don't think it popped as much as they had anticipated it would. I think he had a good response, but I don't think he had this mega moment like other people have in their hometown or home territory. So I don't think this is a long run for him. I think this is just because then it goes back into it keeps the heel going of like, I just got it, I want it back, and the chase continues for the rest of 26, like we've been doing for the last couple of years.
Well, one point on that too is if you noticed on SmackDown when Cody was out there with Drew, they were booing Cody a little bit. There were some fans booing Cody. They were cheering for Drew McIntyre.
He got both, and same thing. Like he was definitely getting, and he was, I think, a little surprised that he got as much of a negative response as he did.
Absolutely. And here's the one thing I really don't hope for. I don't hope Drew holds it to WrestleMania, and I don't hope Cody wins the Royal Rumble because I really don't want to see a Cody and Drew McIntyre WrestleMania. Yeah. We've seen this match 1,000 times already. Like, please, I'm over just don't. No. I love Drew. I think Drew's great.
I think he loses it at the Rumble. There's too many big names in the Rumble match.
Let's just not rehash that again.
That's coming.
That's a perfect segue. Thank you, Kathy. Let's get into that number one contenders tournament that they had on Raw. So real quick, if you guys didn't see, this was the list of matches they had to compete for the number one contendership. You had Randy Orton versus The Miz, Trick Williams versus Matt Cardona, Damian Priest versus Solo Sikoa, and Ilya Dragunov versus Sami Zayn. First thing I want to say here is, why the hell is The Miz in this? I hate this. I've said it before. Why is The Miz in this tournament? Makes no sense. Yeah.
That's why. That is why. Because look at their pockets getting out of you, that anger that you're getting. That is why The Miz is in this.
A note saying that The Miz hasn't won a singles match in 23 months. So
wow,
why
he's
would
barely
he be in
competed? So that's not that hard to believe.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but he didn't win anyway. So
yeah,
let's get some.
Well, I think
he's
you're
the biggest jobber that's been around.
Cody, right? It's the lack of contenders. Right, Drew. Yeah. So Drew's the champion, but who legitimately do you see contending as a champion? Do you see Trick Williams as a champion? Not now. No, you don't. You know what I mean? There's a very finite amount of wrestlers that you can legitimately believe that they'll win the world champion. And I think that they've done a poor job of expanding it. So it's like 4 or 5 guys. And unless you have these 4 or 5 guys involved, the championship's not going to turn. And, maybe opening up the tournament is a way to introduce some new blood. I hope that's what it does.
Yeah, it seems. I know you said Trick Williams name there. Seems like they're pretty high on Trick Williams. Do I think he'll win this and win the title? No, but it seems like they're pretty high on him. So before we continue, let's talk about who won these matches, and then we can talk about those contenders. So you had Randy Orton beat The Miz. Trick Williams beat Matt Cardona. Damian Priest beat Solo Sikoa, and Sami Zayn versus Ilya Dragunov. So you got Randy, Trick Williams, Damian Priest, and Sami Zayn in a fatal 4-way for the number one contenders. Now we can focus on who do you think is going to win this tournament and go on to face Drew McIntyre at the Royal Rumble? Because remember, if they win this, they're also not in the Royal Rumble match. They'll be in the main event title match. So,
can I say something real quick?
Absolutely.
I might annoy people. I like Sami Zayn. I do. But you, sir, are not a world champion. You are a resident at a methadone. You are not a world champion. Okay? There has to be
from A to B. I don't really understand.
I'm sorry. There has to be a line where we try. Okay? There's athletes and there's not. And he can go on that range where, hey, you could see him maybe at a wrestling school or at a line on a methadone clinic. You might see him at
He's
both.
wired.
I don't want that kind of guy as my world champion. I'm sorry. Randy Orton, you never see on the line at a methadone clinic. You go to the Buddy Ford Center, for God's sakes.
No, he's at a vitamin shop or GNC.
Right behind Jeremy in line.
Yeah, exactly. Getting 70 pounds of protein.
Well, I'm glad you said that, Charlie, because Sami Zayn is my pick to win this tournament.
Yeah.
I think
Yup. Oh, right
I
here.
am like
That's what I got.
90% positive it's going to be Sami Zayn because we saw Randy versus Damian already. Trick Williams probably doesn't get there yet. Damian Priest, who cares? Nobody wants that. Sami Zayn fans like him, and he's good. You may say he looks like he goes to a methadone clinic, but he's a hell of a wrestler. That match he had with Ilya Dragunov, I could watch those two wrestle every week. I thought they had a really, really good match. So I don't know. My pick is Sammy, but
Absolutely.
Kathy, Jeremy, feel free to jump in.
Well, no, hold on. I want to know Charlie's pick. If this is the case, obviously it's not Sami Zayn. So who is it?
Is
Yeah.
it?
Oh, I haven't even thought about it.
You're so concentrated on how much you hate him that you haven't even chosen the
So if
actual
it's not
question.
Trick or
boy.
Sammy, who's left?
Randy or Damian
Randy
Priest.
Randy.
That's my second pick. I could see that happening too. He can take
Randy.
a loss at the Royal Rumble and be fine.
I'm sorry, Joe. I'm surprised at you. I'm disappointed in you. As a fan that grew up as a child as a child that grew up in the early
Where's
90s wrestling, Sami Zayn is not a world champion. Okay? You got to be over 205
He's
pounds.
the
buddy.
underdog. He's the
All
underdog.
right, so let me throw
He's
a little dirt.
Funaki.
Dude, you need to back.
Yeah,
up.
you're
You
very
are
loud, Jeremy.
screaming.
Back up
I
some
got
more.
an idea then.
Like a lot. These tiny little headphones need to take a break here.
Kathy, just do the flag on that.
Yeah.
I'm just really excited today. I'm sorry. But
There we go.
I got
Go
a
for
conspiracy theory then with what you just said as him being the underdog. Who's the
Roman Reigns?
one that's the one that is the big dog?
What are you referring to?
What
Brock?
are you talking about?
Right now, who can't be
Gunther.
beaten?
Gunther? Yeah. But he's not.
He just
Not
made
in the
Johnson
tournament.
attack.
He's not in the
Reigns.
tournament.
That
So you're
was
saying Sami Zayn
No.
wins and takes on
I'm
Gunther.
talking later.
Ugh, I wouldn't want to watch that. That sounds awful.
Okay, so I like your thought, but one other problem with that. They're on opposite shows. Sammy's on SmackDown, Gunther's on Raw. So, but
I know that part.
Wait, so how did, what was your, what
I
was
know,
your
but
point?
that would be cool.
So Sammy beating Drew and then
No,
taking
I just
Gunther
would
taking
love
the
to see
title from
that
Sammy.
storyline.
We need to teach him what a conspiracy theory is. I don't think that's the right word. Mandela effect and conspiracy.
That was the
theory are two
wrong
words we
thing.
need to go circle
Yes,
back
I
on
realized
here
that
this
right
week.
away.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're on a
I was
roll this
expecting
week. Leave me
something
alone.
completely unrelated. So I was surprised. I'm proud of you for staying on track. But now I want a conspiracy theory out of you. So
Yeah, no, that's not exactly what I was
Son,
intending to
Sami
say.
Zayn,
It just
big dog,
I blurted
and-
that out. Sorry.
Yeah. One other thing I will say
Underdog
we didn't
against
touch
the big
on was
dog.
Jacob Fatu's involvement in this as well. So when Cody and Drew were doing their thing on SmackDown, Cody got involved. I mean, Jacob got involved, started fighting with Cody again, and now that leads to a match between Cody and Jacob at Saturday night's main event, which is next weekend. So I don't know how this could play all into that too. The one thing I will say, the only thing that will make me more mad than Cody winning the Rumble is if Cody beats Jacob clean. I'm done.
Yes.
I'm full blown
Yes.
AEW fan after that.
Yes. Yes. If
what?
he-
That's
if he
not on.
beat-
That's not for anything, right? That's literally
No,
just to
just a
fight it
straight
out.
up match.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
thought.
Yeah, if he beats Jacob Fatu clean and then wins the Rumble, I quit.
And I will say
minute.
one thing
Two
too,
minute
going
picks.
back to the Sammy thing you said about him, he can't be a world champion. And I'll throw a little
Right.
dirt on AEW, but it's also kind of a compliment. Is a lot of AEW champions look that way? I mean,
Your
Daniel
guy
Bryan
MJF
when he was
used
in
to look
WWE.
like that.
He didn't look like that.
the
He
GOAT
used to.
Daniel Bryan. Yes.
Oh
Yes,
yeah,
he
the
did.
GOAT did. Yeah, biggest WrestleMania moment of all time.
Okay, listen.
Yeah, he
world
did.
champions should not be below 215 pounds. They should have muscles. They should look like
Look
a
like
wrestler.
a homeless caveman.
You should. Shawn Michaels.
So Sean barely made it.
Crickets. Who is
He's
Sean
6'1",
Bailey,
225.
Jeremy? Who is
What?
Sean Bailey?
No, I think
What?
he said Sean barely made it.
Oh, barely.
I know Sean was
okay.
big, but
I thought he said Bailey.
no. What?
Listen, asshole. Michael Hickenbottom is 6'1",
Yeah.
215
Yeah.
pounds. Natty. Okay? That's without your
Shots
protein
fired.
shake shit from GNC.
I mean,
Go.
if you want, we could keep going down the list. You had Mick Foley as Mankind, won the title. Wasn't exactly.
6'4", 240.
But you said big and muscles. He doesn't have that.
Okay, well, he was a... Okay, well, get thrown off a freaking Hell in a Cell.
Yes.
Otherwise, look like an athlete. How hard is it?
He might, yeah.
He might.
Jeremy, would you
I
want
think Sami Zayn would do
being
that.
the world champion? If this, like, no.
Homie.
Over Cody Rhodes before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
About this.
I would.
Step it. Move it
Cat is
back.
gonna bitch
Lower
smack
it.
you.
I don't know what you're going to do, but you're going to make my ears bleed by the end of this. There we go.
But I still stick with my pick. I think Sami Zayn wins it. I don't think he beats Drew though at Royal Rumble. But we'll see. That'll be coming up this weekend as well at Saturday night's main event. Let's jump shows a little bit to Raw. So by the time this episode debuts, this match will have already happened. So I don't know. Maybe Punk won already. But we got CM Punk and Finn Balor getting into it now for the World Heavyweight Championship. And I'm very happy about this. I'm a huge Finn fan. I like to see him in that main event picture. I don't think he has a shot in hell at winning, but Finn and
It's
Punk.
another home territory, though. This is my
true.
only. That's the only. I was with you until they said, "See you next week in Dublin or wherever they're going to be." Like that. That's where he's going to be,
Yeah.
and I don't know. Maybe they'll do that on purpose to, make him lose, and it builds the rivalry more. But I don't know. I'm very 50-50 on this.
Yeah, so my thought, here's the way I'm thinking of it. I think you obviously see there's cracks they're trying to put in the Judgment Day. I think Finn loses, and I think this leads more towards his excommunication from the Judgment Day, which will kind of make Finn a face again. So I think him, again, yeah, you're right. It's in Belfast, Ireland. He's from Ireland, so he'll at least get the main event there. I don't think he wins it, but Jeremy, Charlie, what are you guys thinking?
Go ahead, Jeremy.
Well, you got to do something with him right now because, like, we have Dom and JD both out, so you got to put him somewhere. So yeah, I think the face turn is a good idea.
That would be really
and I actually
interesting.
think
I'll
he
give you
might
guys
do it.
that. I think
Just for the
Finn
pop.
winning the title and Drew winning the title this close to Royal Rumble and
Yeah.
WrestleMania would be the most unpredictable Royal Rumble probably ever if that happens.
And it could be
No.
the Punk WrestleMania moment.
Great
that
way to
he's
shake things up.
strived for his whole career. This could be a rematch with Finn at Mania for the title to come back.
Right. Yeah. No,
Well, they hinted at that too.
Hang on.
I hope so.
Have him in the demon costume.
I'm with Kathy on this one, right? You utilize the hometown Europeans crowd, and you make it very competitive. You make it very interesting, and you make it something that you can draw out. You don't have a clean finish. You do a schmaz, and you draw it out until Rumble, and maybe then you bring out the demon, or you can bring it. Maybe even draw it out to WrestleMania if you can. But I love this feud because these are two guys that, don't forget, Punk was an indie darling, and Finn, what was his Prince Devitt?
Prince Devitt.
Yeah. He was an indie darling. So these are two guys that are underground heroes that are battling it out. And I can tell you, they're not going to have a bad match. No, not one match between them is going to be something you don't want to watch. So I think you draw it out as long as you can, and you see if you can make a couple-month program out of it.
He's got to have his moment. They pulled that unfortunately that Becky Lynch, Seth Rollins thing fell through. He's got to have some massive storyline, and this might be the new drawn-out storyline. And either that, or we'll hopefully get the AJ Lee Punk situation at Mania. That would be ideal. But I don't know how close he is to recovery and really coming back that aggressively.
You mean Seth?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so the rumor on that too is he should be ready right before WrestleMania. So gets interesting. And Charlie, you mentioned the Demon in there as well. He did hint at this last Monday, saying he's not coming alone, but without the Judgment Day. So, Jeremy, you said this as well. Sorry. Let me give you your props. He said he's not coming alone, but he's not coming with the Judgment Day. So, is that the Demon?
There's no way this is going to be a clean fight. There's going to be either Judgment Day involvement on Punk's behalf, or something. Something's going to happen that makes this some massive thing.
It doesn't get resolved.
This is not it.
I'm with you.
Yeah. One name we haven't thrown in there is a guy who's suspended, Braun Breaker.
Agreed.
I think he gets involved here, and that WWE HR department ain't too good at holding up suspensions, because whenever a guy's suspended, they show up. So I think Braun gets involved.
Wait, okay, hang on. Quick point. I just got to bring up real quick. Point of contention, Joe. I know you were on the high seas. We were here. We watched the Punk Braun Breaker match, the first Raw out of the New Year's. I liked the match. Most people liked the match. Yeah, there were some botched spots, but Jeremy didn't like it, and I'm hearing you didn't care for it as well, which kind of bothers me.
Not a big fan. So this was something I was going to say.
Thank you.
Something you just said as well.
You.
You said it's going to be very hard for Punk and Finn to have a bad match. Punk hasn't had too many good matches lately. The Braun one was okay. It's a little sloppy. Punk looks a little slow. Punk had that match with Jey Uso as well recently. Now, I put that more on Jey Uso.
That's on Uso.
Yeah. But wasn't a great match. I don't know. I'm just saying, I don't think Punk is the best in the world. Never thought he was. But the best in the world right now.
Go ahead.
Kathy.
The best in the world is?
Oh, who the best in the world right now? I mean, there's a dozen guys I'd put before him. Even WWE, I'd say AJ Styles is better. But
whoa, hang on. Let me take a time out.
You just flabbergasted that, man.
let me no.
Got Charlie speaking in tongues.
Okay, well, hang on. I don't want to.
I agree wholeheartedly with Joe on that sentiment.
Okay, yes, maybe he's not 27 and has the physical acumen that he used to, but psychological wise and like storytelling, he can still put a better match together than almost anyone on the planet. Yeah. So I still think he could be the best in the world.
Yeah. He's at the point in his career, like everybody gets to eventually. It's all about who he's with. If he gets matched up with the wrong guy at the wrong speed, at the wrong pace, we're in trouble. But I think him and Finn Balor are going to complement each other very well.
Yeah, I mean, I do agree on that. I do think Punk and Finn will have a good match. But I'm just saying, there's a chance it might not be. But I do think they will have a good match. But yeah, the Braun Breaker Punk match was not a big fan of. So I hope Braun comes out and spears the hell out of him. But
I didn't.
Let's while he's doing it to everybody. Yeah.
That seems to be the.
We'll jump
just
to one
everybody
other thing
right
on
now,
Raw
too.
this week.
Everybody's
a guy
catching
we just
spears.
talked about, AJ Styles. So we had Gunther versus AJ Styles, and Gunther gets the win here. Would love to hear what you guys think of where this story's going, because Gunther beat AJ. I mean, he fake tapped out to keep the match going, but he beat AJ. So love to hear what you guys think. Go ahead, Charlie.
I'll go real quick because there's not much I can add except
Don't
that
let-
they're doing a perfect heel run with Gunther. I mean,
I agree.
he's becoming
That
like
guy.
one of the best heels
Yeah, they are.
in a long time. The constant reference to John Cena tap like a bitch, the things like this.
Yeah.
You can't ask for more. And like I said, John Cena, I think the retirement sticks. I think he's a company man. He did the right thing. He gave him the rub. And this is what you do with it. You make Gunther one of the best heels of the decade. And I think that's what they're positioning him to be.
AJ Styles is due what, WrestleMania? When is he out?
He said this is his
Supposedly-
last year, so we don't know his specific date, but 2026 is his last year.
So I mean, here we go again. This is, taking out the guys on the way
Right.
out. This is Gunther's whole shebang. I mean, I'm sure there will be another rematch, but I think that'll be another one that goes out like that. Unfortunately, for all involved. For me, I don't know. I get it. I understand it, but it's not my thing.
Yeah, I mean, well, we get into our Royal Rumble preview. I'll talk a little more on this one because I have some, as Jeremy would call it, a conspiracy theory, but it's just a theory. But yeah, it'll be interesting because I want to say Gunther is not gonna retire AJ Styles. I say that now. I think that probably ends here, that retiring guys thing. But I do.
Yeah, how
it
many
is-
times can you really do that? Like, that kind of
Yeah,
gets
exactly.
annoying.
The interesting thing, though, Charlie brought it up too about John Cena, is they keep referencing John Cena
Thanos
and
over
keep
here.
saying about tapping out John Cena. Listen, I know John Cena's retired. This is a conspiracy theory, Jeremy. What if he's not really retired? What if he comes back? They want to redo that ending, and we get John Cena and Gunther at WrestleMania. John Cena makes up for.
I said that. You all told me I was fucking crazy.
I'm just saying. I'm saying conspiracy theory. What if Gunther does take on John Cena again?
I think it's gonna happen. I think there's something coming. There has to be. I don't think. Again, I don't know if it's right now, but I think it's coming, especially since there's a contract that he has
Biggest
signed
kayfabe
of some
ever.
sort. He's gonna show up. I don't know if he's gonna wrestle, but he's gonna show up. It's gonna be this whole Undertaker. Undertaker is one of my all-time favorites, but fucking Christ, that man needs to just retire and go away. Like, I love him, literally one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. But like, how many retirement parties can we throw for the same man? Like, I just can't. It doesn't count because now he's the All-American, whatever his bullshit name is now, and he's retired, the Undertaker. But like, come on, I'm over it.
Yeah, I mean,
You gotta
they keep
retire
hinting
each
at
alias.
something with John Cena. They keep talking about
You
John
think
Cena and Gunther. So
All right. Number one, John Cena taint tickler, Jeremy. Do you think he comes back?
I hate you. I would love to see it, honestly. I think it would be the biggest pop you would ever see, period. Like, if you heard his intro again,
I'll bet
I
anyone
don't know. I
500
think
bucks
it's gonna
that
piss
does
people
not return
off.
the stadium
in
would explode.
2026. No way.
I thought that too. But I'm just saying, the way they're booking it and the way they keep bringing that up, and Gunther keep making a point.
It
to
does
talk about it.
it does it does scare me a little bit that he brings it up like every week.
Yeah.
Like
And-
it,
The way the retirement show ended with the fans booing, I can't believe he liked
Yeah.
that.
and
So-
what Jeremy just did with the
I can't believe he liked that. Maybe he reconsiders and they do a match at WrestleMania. That's my conspiracy theory that I stole from Kathy a little bit.
You guys were like,
You
absolutely
straight
not.
plagiarized that from
fucking
Kathy.
way.
You didn't steal that. You straight
Verbatim.
plagiarized
No,
that.
wait a minute. I gave a more
was
concise,
verbatim.
clear path to how he comes back. I will give Kathy her flowers. She did say he comes back, but I gave a clear path. I just elaborated
was
on it.
vague. I actually, all right, so I'll give you that. I said not right away. I said maybe a couple years from now when they're in a rut of some sort, which unfortunately they are in a rut right now, and you can tell. But see, I disagree. I don't know if it'll be Mania this year. I think maybe next year. I think they're going to keep building Gunther as this win all, take all, whatever. And then John Cena comes in and fucking kicks his ass like next year and just rips the rug out from underneath him. And that's what we're just going to deal with. That's why they're bringing it up. They're going to bring it up to nauseum over the next year.
Cena?
And something else happens.
I think all roads lead to Brock Lesnar.
That's the major thought, but I think there's a large contingent that agrees with what Kathy just said. So maybe not.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
No, well, Kelsey, is that the website? The if John Cena's ever wrestling another match, the market's moved a lot on that. Where it was like definitely not to kind of moving towards he might have another match. I hope he doesn't, because in wrestling, I want retirements to be real. Treat it like a real sport. But
I agree.
It's never, though. That's the thing. Like you said, like
I know. It's not.
People who are physically
When has it ever been
incapable
real?
of wrestling still magically come back. Like
Ric Flair is
just for
wrestling
that
at
one
105
moment.
right now.
Definitely
With a
somebody else's order.
pacemaker in somebody else's heart.
Oh, he's on his at least fourth liver.
He's got a stockpile of cadavers.
Yeah, seriously. He's about 20% him at this point. He's 20% left of what he was born with.
Black market.
What was it Rockefeller just got
He
his,
has
like,
that black market
something?
organ donor
Or,
list.
he's like 101 years old. Supposedly
Somebody
just got another heart.
that the guy, I forget is James, I forget what his last name is, but he does a podcast with Stevie Richards, and they were just ripping on Flair because he did this cameo, and the guy's name was Bart, and he called him Barf. He's like, and they spent $600 on it. And listen, hey, I got a Stevie Ray cameo for my birthday.
Yeah.
It was cool, but I didn't get a $600. He was like, "Hey, Barf."
Hey, Bart.
I heard he
No,
refunded them.
It's Nature Boy. I'm all drunk and shit.
Oh my God.
Like, you're 87 years old, dude.
All right, let's bring it back together here.
Sorry.
We're
Let's-
gonna do one of these.
Yeah,
fact
we're
that
going to
he's still
completely shift
functioning
now.
is
Let's
impressive.
jump brands. Let's talk a little AEW. So AEW this week, we had the main event of Dynamite was MJF versus Bandito for the heavyweight championship. MJF gets the win, and I want to say something here too. Props to AEW again. I've said this before, but a clean finish. WWE, we still are not getting clean finishes. We had a clean finish, and the thing is, a lot of people like Bandito. Bandito is a hell of a wrestler. You had him lose clean, but great match.
Yep.
I thought it was really good. Again, hard to have a bad match with Bandito, but want to hear what you guys think.
They're building a lot with this. There's all sorts of storylines. Obviously, everybody's coming for MJF because he's got the title, and I think there's a lot coming. Well, obviously, they have, was it Kenny Omega? Who are the other two?
Strickland. Swerve
Strickland and Adam
Page.
Page all talking. They have a match already prepared.
Yep.
I can see they're
Yep.
pushing Brody King, especially in this episode. Brody King was in every segment with every person. I think this also builds a future, even though right now King and Bandito are best friends. I'm sure there's some kind of twist or rivalry that comes from that. That has to just in every storyline in wrestling, every friendship has to end somewhere, and I'm sure that's coming. MJF, I know you guys said, was it last week or the week before, MJF was in it. He's in it for the long run. I don't think he's in it for the long run. I think he's maybe got one or two more, but I think that's it. There's too many people right now that are absolutely killing it. And he's another one. He's good as the bad guy coming in and figuring out how to weasel his way into a match to get it back or whatever.
I will say on that Brody King piece, they have, I think imminently Brody King is next up because they've had a couple weeks where they had Brody just squashing the hell out of people. And then he made that save for Bandito at the end. So I agree. I think Brody King is imminently the next one. But Charlie, what are you thinking?
Yeah. Well, okay. Brody King, yeah. You can't go wrong with him being a main event player, but MJF was the right call to be Bandito. Clean. Good match. Polarizing match. You know, you had your Bandito fans, you had your MJF fans. And I think that's what gives that little spark to AEW, right? You had the Banditos, you had the MJF fans, and you got a clean finish. You got a good match, and it felt like a sports competition. And like as a pro wrestling fan, going back to like I like that. I like when there's just a good match, and it tells a story, and there's a finish, and there's no shenanigans, and it's just, hey, this guy beat this guy because he's better at this time. Right, exactly.
And MJF even said it. And that was, everybody was very surprised because he was very complimentary. And then, of course, he did his MJF thing. But he's like, I understand. At first, I didn't understand why you were here. But now I understand why you're here. And I can see you being a winner, which is why I need to beat the shit out of you. So, you know, we got MJF back after that, but he was gassed, and you could see that he was gassed, and he gave him a good fight, and it was a very good match.
Jeremy, any other thoughts?
Yes. There really nothing else. It was a very entertaining match. It was very well paced. You guys said it. No tomfoolery, like Charlie said. But yeah, I enjoyed the match, and I enjoyed that clean finish.
The most entertaining part of the match was after the match.
Than,
like the rivalry between the two of them. That was the best storytelling I've seen. You know, he tried to take the mask off, and then you got Brody King pop in, and it's always good when somebody popping in doesn't piss you off, because most of the time you get kind of annoyed that somebody comes in and interferes and whatever, but when you can see what's coming and what the story is turning into, I'm okay with it. Especially when it doesn't actually interfere with who wins and loses and stuff like that. So
I agree. I would love to see, this is where I think AEW lacks a bit though. I think it's a planting of a seed of a storyline. I would like to see them build that storyline more. Like if you're going to have Brody King be that next guy, because it feels like it'll probably be within the next few weeks. You'll have Brody King and MJF. Like stretch that out, build it out, see how you can make that feel bigger. But that's my one critique of it.
Yeah, Brody King's awesome, but he can't carry a world title. He's an independent wrestler.
Could, but you got to build that story.
At the Iowa,
and not for long.
As you so eloquently put it, he could be an Iowa State Fair champion, but he's not. He's not a world champion. Whatever of a major company. I'm sorry, Brody King does not fit the criteria of a world.
But he's your big muscly 200-something-pound wrestler. What are you talking about?
I absolutely think Brody King could be.
No, he's not like big, like jacked, like Brock Lesnar. Well, yeah, exactly.
Don't you like Braun Breaker?
Brody King's
big,
just
a brick shit house.
Exactly. He's just like legit big, bad dude. You know what I mean? Braun Breaker is gyms and genetics. I kind of like my wrestlers like that.
Yes.
I mean, I could see why you say that, but I still think Brody King's a big guy. He's got a cool look. He's a badass. He looks like a biker. One of the most iconic scenes in wrestling of like the last 5 years to me is when he was hanging Darby Allin outside the ring with the sleeper hold. That was one of the coolest things I saw in a long time. I don't know. I think Brody King could be a main eventer, but you got to build him first. I don't think he's ready yet. Completely disagree.
Joe, I so disagree. I so disagree with you, and I disagree. I think all three of you, if I was to tell you, hey, you're going to start a wrestling company, here who you can have as world champion, none of you are going to go Brody King.
As a first pick, no. But could he be a world champion? Yes. If I'm picking my first pick, no, I'm not picking.
Yeah, a transitional Samoa Joe type champion, but not a long-term champion.
No, I'd give him a
sorry.
run if you could build the story.
Can't see it.
All right. We could probably talk about this longer, but let's move on. There was another entertaining match on there. We had Pac versus Darby Allin, and there was that viral overhead belly to belly onto the steps moment. That made me cringe, but I want to hear what you guys think about this match.
This was the match I wanted at Full Gear. I left Full Gear so disappointed in those two because this is who they are. This is both of them. This is them at their best together. This was exactly what I wish they did at a main event, this is exactly what we had said. What I saw at Full Gear was just a, Monday night wrestling match. It wasn't a pay-per-view match. This is where they flopped it. When he got dropped on the steps, I don't cringe often. That one got me because there's no way that didn't hit every vital everything. That face of pain was legit. But that's who they are. And then it was between that and when Darby Allin jumped off the side with Pac's ankle in the chair. Again, no matter what you do, you can't avoid that from actually hurting somebody. So if Pac can actually walk out of that ring in the next couple weeks, good for him. And if Darby Allin doesn't have all bruised ribs, unless at this point they're just permanently bruised, I don't even know anymore. But that both of those were, but they did well. No, I mean, a little bit of blood because he scuffed
Scar tissue.
elbows and whatever they did. But you got that cringe moment without anything crazy. They're learning this. I've noticed there's way less blood lately. There's way less crazy syringes and things. I think they've learned how to do it without taking it to that level on national television.
Can I say something on that? You brought up a very good point. I almost forgot about. So here's another thing
To
with
keep
AEW.
a certain market still watching.
So I was looking at some numbers. Their viewership is going up week over week. It's continuing to prove. Now I'm just saying. You just said there's less blood. We talked about how they need to put less blood. We've invested more into AEW. I'm just saying, maybe we had some influence in AEW's growth here. Tony Khan, throw your boys
Tony
a dime
Khan,
here.
come on. Just say our name once.
Somebody's paying attention.
Thanks to Squared Circle Spotlight, we really figured out our
show
market
some
here.
love, brother.
Charlie, I know you have
They might be
on
onto
this 'cause
something.
You have very specific opinions
not
about Darby
to
Allin.
completely hijack Kathy's narrative, but that's exactly what I thought because I know she went to Full Gear and her comments were I was looking forward to that match, but it was kind of disappointing. And this was the match that you should have got a Full Gear.
Yep.
This was the match that
and
they
it was a
should have put
great
on.
opener. It got everybody.
It got the crowd hot.
Everybody was hot. Everybody was excited. Even though some of the matches
I
and the rest of the
can't take
show
anything
were
away
like,
from this
man,
match.
everybody was into it.
Right. This is when AEW is at their work. AEW is at their best.
Yep.
And they let two indie guys work a match at the best of their abilities. That's AEW. Go ahead.
Especially from you. You don't like the flippy floppies. You don't like the pain. You don't like anything in this match. And you're like, yeah, this works for me.
I like how Charlie phrased that because he couldn't just give a clean compliment. He threw in that, I like when they put two indie guys.
Not professional professional wrestlers.
The subtle jab always comes.
They haven't learned.
You need to
earned
have
their
a tan
professional
and be
wrestlers.
over
It's inevitable.
205 pounds to be a world champion. I'm sorry.
I don't know.
I'm
Pac got
not-
some fantastic shit. I remember when
He
he
is,
was the
he is.
size of Darby Allin doing those flips. I mean, and the fact that he can still move the way that he does and flip the way that he does is wild. It's a refrigerator. Throwing a refrigerator in the air is really
Yeah.
how that's starting to look.
Yeah, he's got some chemicals pumping through those veins right now.
Oh, 100%. Chemically modified.
Talk about one other piece of AEW news. So this was last week as well, but Mercedes
Not
Moné
here, baby.
is leaving AEW. She's not appreciated. Again, I don't know. I'm just saying. We talked bad about Mercedes Moné a lot recently. Did we influence her leaving? I'm not saying we're the ones that did it, but, you know, somebody might say that.
Just saying. It's all convenient. I disagree.
I think it's a smart
disagree.
move
Wait, you
on
disagree
their
with her
behalf
leaving?
right now, just to.
Yes and no. So
I
hear
think
me
it's
out.
smart.
They had this build up to this mental breakdown, this whole thing. They should have dragged it out a little bit longer, and then she goes on sabbatical, or she can't do it anymore because she lost all her titles, or, you know, like she has to go find herself or whatever. I think she should be gone. I think she needs time to, and then, because the problem is they spend too much money on her. So they
Right.
can't just cut her or move her or whatever. They have to build some kind of comeback story and hope that when she comes back, people flip out. That's all this is. They're waiting to see what kind of response that she gets. But I think they messed up. Yeah, they needed to have a little bit more.
Give her the Dupree
for her
montage.
to get the response when she comes back. I think they cut the cord too quickly on this.
I agree with that completely. I liked, and I'm not a fan of AEW women's wrestling, but I did like the angle they were doing where she was losing it, where she was losing all the titles, losing her mind. But I thought they pulled the cord. She had what, like 12 titles or whatever, 10 titles.
Yeah.
They pulled the cord a little bit too quick. I mean, this was, at Full Gear, she was on the pay-per-view, right? And now she's lost everything and she's gone. You could have stretched this. You could have stretched this to at least March.
Especially if you're
and
going
then-
to give her everything back,
Right.
she has to lose it first. She has to
Right.
lose everything for people to be stoked that she gets it back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It's the right move. She needs to go away for a little bit and
Rock bottom.
bring her back. And I completely agree with what you're saying too. It did feel abrupt. Like she
Yeah.
just
Very
lost to
abrupt.
Willow Nightingale the week before, and then the next week,
Yeah,
I'm
I
out of here
agree, too.
with not really
Yeah.
a lot of explanation. So, but I think
Just
it's the right move.
advertising like, oh, just wait until I come back. Like, so she's
Right.
obviously not, it's not a different type of, she's not going to a different organization. She's not doing anything. She genuinely is. I mean, hopefully she's okay and she's not taking time off for an actual reason, but I think it's all storyline based, and I think they dropped the ball a little bit on this. I get the storyline. I understand it. I appreciate it. I think they dropped the ball on it, though.
Well, here's the key question is, as she was leaving, Jeremy, what was that rump rating going out? 7.
It wasn't bad. I would give it a solid
pretty
seven.
high.
Get out of your mind. You gave a Vaquera at 8.2.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously.
Do you know who
We
we're
got a lot
talking
of
about?
reassessing to do. This, yeah,
You gave
I
Nia
saw a
Jax
puff
a
of smoke. I
6.3.
don't know if he's following along here.
Well,
It's like his feet are on fire, so I don't really know where he's at.
I'd tell you to look her up right now, but last time we did that, you forgot you were doing in that
Completely
2-minute
lost
period.
that. Yeah.
no, I was mad last time because I just
All right, let's
saw
jump
who I
into
was
two
not
last pieces
thinking
of
of,
news
and
here.
yeah,
So,
God.
rumor on the streets: Powerhouse Hobbs is WWE-bound. So on Collision this week, he lost the Trios title. So his contract was up on January 15th, which was after that had been taped. He lost the match. He took the pin. The word on the street is also that WWE WWE copyrighted the name Hobbs. So I think that's great. I think if Hobbs is that WWE look, I have some things that I think he still needs, but want to hear what you guys think.
I'm excited for him. I think he was getting very lost in the background. And like we have said, and Charlie's ecstatic about the view and the persona of WWE is becoming this big muscly guy again. You know, Braun Breaker, Hobbs, all these guys, that is their look. They're trying to pull that back in. And I am very excited because the rumor is he's not coming back as an NXT. He's slated for SmackDown, I think it was. So like he went from the background guy to hopefully they do the right thing and they put him in a really good spot because he's very talented. I've heard he's a very nice person in real life. So I hope for him to leave an organization, something, and he left on good terms. So whatever it is, it wasn't a big deal. Like there was definitely a lot of, I'm sure there was months and months of back and forth, and it must be worth it. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see him as a maybe not top guy, but definitely a mid-card guy over the next couple months. I'm excited about Rumble. There's a lot of rumors that for the first time in a long time, this could be 90% people we don't expect instead of that one weird random person.
Yeah, next week is our Royal Rumble prediction.
No, I
so
just had
let's
to
save all that.
Well, listen, I'm 100% with Kathy on this one. You bring them up. You don't bring them up to NXT. You bring them up to the main roster. Maybe make him a Paul Heyman guy. Maybe put him in that, that little faction. His stock goes way up. This guy looks like a world champion. He could wrestle pretty well. He even cuts a decent promo. Mm-hmm. He's a main event talent if you treat him the right way. I know they got Obe Fenma or whatever
Obe Femi. You'll get it right one week.
Yeah, and Trick Williams. And listen, unfortunately, there's still certain things at play. It's still a good old boy system, but there's only a certain amount of people that can be pushed. But hopefully, I could see him being a Paul Heyman guy. I would love to see him with Braun Breaker.
Yeah.
And the other Braun. I think that would be a great move.
Yeah, my only critique is, or not a critique, but my question is how well can he cut a promo? Because we know WWE is a lot more being on the mic, a lot more talking. Can he carry a room? Can he carry the mic that well? If you make him a Paul Heyman guy, like you said, makes it a little easier. Yeah. So we'll see. But I think the sky's the limit for him in WWE. He is.
Yeah.
There's a couple guys in AEW. Him, Brian Cage, Wardlow. Those guys all are like WWE guys. So I think any one of them could be huge in WWE, but especially Hobbs. So
absolutely.
And one other roster move. This one hurts me a little bit. The rumor is Tommaso Ciampa is leaving WWE. His contract is up, and he will be not renewing it. So, don't know where he's going. Could be AEW bound, could be TNA bound. Maybe he needs a break. I don't know. I'm a big Tommaso Ciampa fan. From Sicilian to Sicilian, it breaks my heart. But let's get some thoughts on that real quick.
Hey, as the other Sicilian over here, I'll take it. It breaks my heart as well because I think Tommaso Ciampa, who I love, I think he's gonna wind up all about the boom, baby. He's gonna turn into another Adam Cole. They're gonna waste the opportunity. I think his best years have passed him. Unfortunately, I love the guy. But I think he goes to AEW, maybe gets a year or two run out of it, but I think that's it.
I'm okay with it. I think he unfortunately hit the roof at NXT, and I guess they didn't believe in him enough to bring him back to the main roster. But it's a different bot. It's same thing. It's like we keep saying, they're shifting into a different view, a different type of athlete, and I think he will do so much better at AEW. He fits in better. And And like you said, he doesn't have much time left. He lost years of time from his neck and his back and all this stuff. I think he's just going to go cash out one more time and ride off into the sunset. And he's going to do it on a main roster instead of on an NXT roster is really where I hope that's where he can kind of, like I said, just ride off into the sunset at this point.
Yeah, you made a good point there. I think the thing that hurt him was when he was at his hottest coming out of NXT. Vince was still kind of running things. So I think if he'd come up and Triple H was running things, may have gone a little different for him. But it is what it is. Not much we can do there. Jeremy, let's get that rump rating.
Come on, Jeremy.
What about a seven? Well, all right. What about like a 7-8?
Come on, you got the other one.
6'5".
7.7. Sasha Banks.
All right.
His tights are his pants are tighter than Sasha Banks's are.
All right. I need at least one rump rating for the week. Who wrestled this week and that? Nikki Bella. We get a rump rating for the week. Did she wrestle? I don't know.
Charlotte
No,
Flair,
she did not.
Alexa Bliss.
Oh, Charlotte Flair. Oh, Jesus.
I don't even remember her.
We
match
had
at
this
point.
conversation.
Can
You
we
can.
just
Go ahead.
talk
You can
about how
start
bad
with your
that
rating
match
and then
was at the
proceed
end?
after.
Nia Jax.
Lash
Godzilla.
Legend and
Godzilla.
God, what was it? No, I can't say that. Never mind. Yeah. No, what?
Yeah.
Like, first off, when they went to hit Alexa Bliss, it was the most awkward scene
Well,
I've
we're not
ever.
gonna
They
get
need to
into
work
that
on their
whole
acting.
match.
It
Yeah.
was so bad.
I will say there was a group chat
It's
that
so
went around
clunky,
where
it's so
somehow it
awkward.
started off talking about how Charlotte's feet look like Gumby, and it ended with Shazam, Sinbad playing Shazam. So how that happened, I
We
don't know.
almost weren't friends, but I'm just gonna go on record. I almost did not join this. Because if the conversation went any farther, all I'm gonna say is I literally typed out the word bro, and I almost logged off. And
The
that
movie
was it.
happened.
I don't bro people unless I am at like a 12.
Jeremy,
I'm
yo,
just
I was
gonna go
so
on record.
confused.
I'm gonna go on record and let the world know that our friend Jeremy here uses Reddit as a
Source of truth.
point of reference multiple times.
No. I was getting whatever I could get really quick while I was getting out of the shower.
So
So
I'll
I'm
just end
sending
it
that
with this.
stuff
Lived at a
the back to
Blockbuster
argument
store.
in real time.
Yeah. Jeremy once lived at a Blockbuster with his family. And
With a Gold Plus card.
our conversation
That
took
was
it
like
to
how you
Jeremy.
swiped in to get into the apartment. You swipe the gold plus card to get into the
How we got in there.
He has a photographic memory of every movie that ever existed in Blockbuster ever. And one of them is Shazam with Sinbad.
Yeah, it
That's
ended
it.
with Jeremy
Yeah.
going on the dark web and looking up pictures of
Yeah.
Sinbad. So use your
And
imagination.
asking, how does this picture exist then? So
Actually, don't.
All right.
that.
Don't use your
That's what
imagination.
That is this week's episode.
Please don't.
If you guys want to hear more about that story or anything else, email us at squaredcirclequestions.com.
We don't.
squaredcirclequestions@gmail.com. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Send us a message there. Like, comment, do it all. Let's hand it over to Charlie to take us out here. I'm interested to see how you
I don't
do
know.
it
Our
this week.
outro doesn't work with our new format. We might have to revisit this.
That's true.
We'll try a little bit. Well, join us next time when we gather round
Just
on
wing
the
it.
Squared Circle Spotlight, where gimmicks are gold, merch is mandatory, and Sinbad was in a movie called Shazam. So help me God, says Jeremy.
See you guys next week.